Uncle Pookie is going to get put through its paces. We've already seasoned it. And you can see that in the last video. Today, this is what I bought it for. Smoking. I'm going to do 3 racks of baby backs and 2 1-gallon bags of party wings. The rib recipe is my own. I've learned over many years of being around cookers, and I started with Melissa Cookston, and you can go check out Melissa Cookston at her website, melissacookston.com. And I've also got to the party wings from a recipe that Malcolm Reed put on his channel, and you can go find him at howtobarbecueright.com. It's got a flying smoke twist to it, but it's the base rub. And anyway, I know this is what you wanted to see, not me talking. You want to see ribs cooking, so let's get to it. Good morning. Welcome to Flying Smoke. Today we're going to be cooking for our taste testers, Matt and Nikki. We're going to do a couple of different things on the new smoker, which just got seasoned yesterday. We're going to do a recipe that I got from my friend Malcolm Reed. You can go check out his channel. I'll put a link up there. How to Barbecue Right. It's pretty hard to miss. These are going to be smoked party wings, but I'm going to put a flying smoke twist on it. We've also got some baby back Smithfield ribs. We're going to be doing the double punch. Traditional Memphis barbecue ribs, and which are baby backs. And Malcolm's party wings with a flying smoke twist. Let's get started on the wings. It's pretty simple. Big old bottle of Italian dressing. Notice I don't cook with nets. It's an old circus term. Working without a net. I don't use, for the most part, unless I'm baking, I don't use any kind of measuring devices or whatever. It's just the eyeball. My wife found this a few months ago. This is an Allegro hot and spicy marinade. We've used this on roast in the house. It is wonderful. And it's nice and spicy. I want to add that to kick it up a little bit. And it's got a kind of Worcestershire sauce base, or the old, if you're a history buff like myself, it's got what the Romans would call garum in it, which is a salt base that they use for most of their dishes. Alright, got the wings in there. Now, you want to use Ziploc bags. I know I'm not sponsored by Ziploc, but for some reason, they just work better. Alright, move the marinade around a little bit. Get it all worked in. Right, we want to sit these someplace in a cool place, like around the fridge. We have an outdoor fridge. If you don't have an outdoor fridge, put them in a cooler. Get them stocked in for about an hour or 2. These are going to go on at about 3. It's noon right now. Boom. Alright, that's done. We're going to get these put away. We'll come back and show you how to do the ribs. Alright, so first steps first, we've got to get salt down into the meat. I've seen a lot of people online putting tons of stuff on these things. The only thing that's going to penetrate down deep is salt. Everything else you're putting on is basically a marinade. It's good for the surface, but I want to get something down deep. That's salt. The only other way around that is injecting. I'm not going to do that with ribs. We're not in competition. These are for our sponsors, Matt and Nikki. So it's really easy. I'll put these up like this. Normally a lot of people will trim these down. I'm paying for this meat, so I'm not trimming it down. And I figured this is what you guys are doing too. So you can use kosher salt, you can use sea salt, you can use whatever. I use For this step, I use pink Himalayan salt, and I got a little salt and grinder. It's an OXO salt and grinder. You get it at Bed Bath & Beyond, Amazon. And I'm just going to give it a pretty good coat. And anybody asks me how much I'm using, what's the answer, Michelle? Much as it takes. Because I know there are keyboard cooks that just sit out there and they just, well, he said use a teaspoon, but that's not enough, and but I was like, use as much as it takes. And as much as you like. You're not going to burn it, it's a rock. It's just to taste. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to let this sit on there 20-30 minutes. It'll start penetrating down into the meat. Then we'll get our rubs and seasonings on. And we're going to throw it on the new Uncle Pookie smoker. Alright, we're about 30 minutes, 25 minutes in. You can see, can you come in here real close?
Yeah.
You can see a sheen that's developed. Alton Brown, you're going to have to correct me if I'm wrong, but that looks like a pellicle. If I would have let it dry, it would really form a really good pellicle, and a pellicle is great for capturing smoke. In this case, we're using it to penetrate salt down into the meat ahead of time, because it's the only spice, well, it's not really a spice, it's the only thing that will. All right, we're going to hit these ribs backside first with our combo, since we don't have a pork rub.
Yet.
Yeah, that's fine. We use a two-prong deal. For the base coat, we use Boar's Night Out White Lightning. That's basically salt, pepper, garlic, and a bunch of good stuff in it. And it's a great base. We use it in steak, we use it in everything. Michelle uses it on popcorn. For crying out loud, you can brush your teeth with it. And then, I know it's not in the packaging, sorry Malcolm, but that's Killer Hogs Hot. We use so much of it, we buy the 5-pound sack, and we end up just putting it in a ramekin like that in a shaker. Alright, so, rub hand, flip hand. Just going to flip these over. So just a little bit of mustard. It's just a binder, just so everything will stick. And take it, just give it a quick rub on. Mr. Miyagi would say, wax on, whatever you prefer. It's not a thick coat, and believe me, you will not taste the mustard. And I think you might even get a little bit of benefits from the vinegar inside of it. We just use French's Yellow, but you use whatever kind of mustard you want. If you like spicy, Goldens. I would beware of mustard with a high sugar content in it. It can burn. Alright, first dose is going to be Boar's Night Out White Lightning. And I will be putting the website up on, so you can go get you some. You can also get it at Amazon.com, Ace Hardware. I believe Holly and Steve have it at Thacker Mountain Barbecue. Now, Killer Hogs Hot. And this is going on the backside. It's not going to get a ton. We like the hot, we like the pop. We've tried the original, and we're sticking with this. Not super heavy. You can still see the meat, you still see the bones. Because the star, believe it, even though all my friends would disagree with me because they put out rubs, the star of this party is the pork. Alright, now, you can compress that in just a little bit. I find that I hate wasting rub because I'm not sponsored, so I have to pay for it all. I don't want to let any of it drop off, and you'll see, you don't want to watch the little spits. Boar's Night Out White Lightning. And I'm going to go a little heavier on the top. So this is where the meat is, and this is where all the flavor is going to be. Killer Hogs Hot. The reason I'm not touching these ribs and I'm not rubbing these ribs, I don't care how good you think you are at rubbing. You are not going to get an even coat. You're going to have swirls like paintbrush strokes. Just come back, a little push. The best part about using nitrile gloves, ready to move on. Okay, so we got 2 chunks of cherry, 1 chunk of pecan. We're going right on top. Anywhere in there's fine. because the fire is pretty much out and it's just smoldering. You don't want to burn the woods. You want to smoke. Okay. In about 2 or 3 minutes, we'll let this calm down again. Get everything all nice and stabilized. Put our ribs on. Next step, 3 baby back ribs. I squished them down just a little bit, and we've got them on 1 rack. So we're going to take them out, get them on the smoker. Look inside. Top rack. Okay. I'm going to get the lid on it as soon as I can. Press it down. Quarter, and it'll stabilize in a couple of minutes. Again, I can't stress enough, welding gloves. You got to have welding gloves. That's a gray glove, and that smoke that's coming out is blue. What's a bluish gray? This is the kind of smoke you want to see. You don't want to see black smoke. You don't want to see white smoke. You want to see it sort of in here. Let me stand in front of it with a black shirt on. See how it's sort of bluish gray? That's the coveted smoke that everybody wants to put on their meat. See you in a couple hours. Ready. All right, the ribs are off. And it's sort of a 3-2-1 today because I'm a little pressed for time because we're doing wings as well. 3 hours on the smoke. You can see the ribs. I've already got a really nice mahogany color. A lot of people cook to color. I don't use a lot of sugar in my rubs, so I can leave them roll. We've already got bone pullback, and if you're one of those folks that just has to see that, we're already starting to get some sag in them, a little bit of a break. I'm just putting a little squeeze butter down and just a teeny little bit of rub. I'm putting them side down and just a little bit of apple juice, maybe a couple tablespoons. And really, nobody ever likes to say this, but let's just call it what it is. This is braising. Light liquid, low liquid, heat. This is in fact braising. But it's a really good way to get a lot of moisture into your ribs. I'm double wrapping them, mostly because they don't leak, and for foil sheet. Over here.
What are you doing?
And, well, I'm going to put these in the oven now. The oven's at 230 degrees because I need the smoker hot now for wings. So really all I'm doing is braising these, and the butter on the floor the dogs will get. All right, we'll come back in a few minutes. We're going to load this baby up with wings. All right, so we've got some party wings, full size and regular. And since I don't have a table all set up, I'm going to do this old-fashioned style here. We're going to use both racks on the Uncle Pookie. I'm going to use Boar's Night Out, White Lightning, double garlic butter on these, White Lightning on the top rack. We'll see if we get any kind of flavor difference. So I'm going to go through, just give them a quick coat. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just a quick coat. This is why we use 5-pound bags of Killer Hogs Hot. We go through a lot. Just a little coat of Boar's Night Out. Oh, I'm sorry. I had so many rubs I get them mixed up. Jeez Louise. Alright, that's a lot of that. A little bit of White Lightning.
Original?
Original. Yeah, White Lightning original. Okay. And then double garlic butter. It's brand new. It's available at boarsnightout.com. Mark Lambert's got it at Sweet Swine of Mine, ssomd.com. It takes things into a whole new direction. It really is good. I've tried it on popcorn. Michelle has not. It is just like, it's like movie butter popcorn. It's really good. It's rich. It's great on poultry. All right, step one's done. Not gonna go all crazy.
Hello, Lou. Hello, Mars. Hello, Mars.
In case anybody wonders how well behaved a greyhound is, this is raw chicken. And we got pork in the oven, and Mars is just hanging out behind me. Just hanging out. He likes to be around me. And you. Best dog I've ever owned. Alright, now, double garlic butter, Alan. This actually has a different consistency, I can tell. It's granule just like the other ones, but it's different. It's like a heavy granule, like almost moist. But that must be the butter flavor in it, I don't know. This is like, it tastes like a piece of garlic bread, I guess. It's the way you don't have taster or YouTube tastes, whatever. Killer on top. Good. Okay. That's it. I had to scoop the dogs out of the way. Temperature's I gotta get the lid back on. So this thing, once the air gets that fire, it's really gonna take off. All right, we skipped a couple steps, but time constraints and getting ready for the
Taste testers.
taste testers to come over. Come on over here, Michelle. All right, these racks that have been in the cooker, you can see the pullback from them. You can see all the render and fat. I'll flip it over now. They're really delicate right now. All right, at this point, all we're going to do is put a glaze on. We're going to do a different rib glaze. These are from Cosmo Q. This one is peach jalapeno. And once I put the glaze on, I'm going to make a little boat, and I'm going to put them in the oven for 15 minutes just to set the glaze. That's it. We'll, I guess we'll do one for you. All you're doing is coming down like this. Does not have to be heavy. Just brush it on. This is a glaze. Glaze tend to be kind of heavy in sugar, but that's okay, because we're trying to get a nice coat on it. Put that on there. And then I'm just gonna this. This is why you double wrap them. There's always going to be juice in them. You don't want anything to come out. But you need the tops open like this. Pretty much like that. We'll do it 3 times. We're done. Okay. This is the final. And we had an accident with one. I picked it up too fast and it broke. It happens. This one is just straight barbecue sauce, but you can look. You see, bones are loose. Bones are just wiggling inside. Let's let them sit here and tighten up a couple minutes. And this one is jalapeno, peach jalapeno. And this last one was probably the best one, which is a pineapple heat. Da-da-da. And that's it. The chicken wings are in the oven right now, and they're cooking. Well, they're staying warm. Anyway, I hope you liked the video. We'll keep doing videos like this throughout the winter until steak cooking starts in again full-fledged. We do have another steak contest on Saturday to go to. Looking forward to that one. That's going to be at Mark Lambert's down in Mississippi. The one on Saturday coming up in about a week is at Mark Lambert's Sweet Swine and Wine Distributing Warehouse, and he's putting it on for Operation Barbecue Relief. Operation Barbecue Relief, these folks have been, I know folks that have been deployed since forever. They were in Wilmington, now they're down in Panama City, Florida. They're providing thousands of meals. You can help by texting. I have to get the text code from Mark, But you can go on their website, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, Operation Barbecue Relief, and you can give. I even have a donations page set up on my Facebook account. So, give. Good goes for a good cause. That's it. We'll see you next time on Fly Smile.